This next video study will show the benefits of using Restroom Guardian when patients and employees in the healthcare sector are dealing with biohazardous agents, some examples being chemotherapy treatments or radiation treatments. When a patient is taking these treatments, they themselves are contaminated with the agent, and when they use a restroom, any fluids they generate are contaminated also. So the difference in this video study will be different than the bacterial study that we did earlier. During the bacterial study, we used the highlighting agent in the toilet to simulate the bacterial source in the toilet that would then cross-contaminate back to the consumer or facilities out of the toilet. This study is quite different in that we will use the highlighting agent in the bottle of fluid that would simulate the patient or employee using the restroom. The water in the toilet will be clear, non-contaminated. This study will then show the benefits of using Restroom Guardian in preventing that biohazardous airborne cross-contamination back on the employee or the patient. In black light or UV mode, again we're starting over with clean facilities, clean the toilet rim off from any contamination that was there previous. The walls have new clean paper that will show any airborne micro splatter that comes from using the toilet. And again, the key to note here is the highlighting agent will be in the bottle that simulates the use of the restroom. As you can see, all the papers are new and clean again on the floors, on the walls, surrounding the toilet, and the toilet itself. The rim is clean again. You can see the water has not got the highlighting agent in it like we did on the previous study. Simulating the use of the toilet, as you can see again, the toilet water is clear. The source bottle contaminant has the highlighting UV agent in it to show if there's any micro splatter that it is sourcing from the contaminated source. Now switching to UV ultraviolet mode to check again to see. As you can see, again there is some cross-contamination out of the toilet onto the rim of the toilet, on the back lid somewhat that was new. You can see again quite a bit of micro splatter on top of the rim of the toilet. As for the walls, do not see a lot on the right hand side wall paper. On the floor, not as much as when the bacterial was sourced in the restroom toilet, but on the floor you can certainly see some micro splatter here out in front of the toilet. Not as much as previous. There's certainly, I'm going to estimate on the left hand side There's some micro splatter on the floor again. Again, this highlighting agent is a little difficult to see on the paper, but it is quite evident. On this one side there's a bit of splatter on the paper, a few of them that I can note and see on this corner here. So again, there's evidence of, if it's a biohazard agent that is sourcing from the individual, you can see certainly some cross-contamination that happens airborne out of the toilet or urinal in this case. Obviously you can see how the contaminating agent, once it hit the water in the toilet, certainly changed the water composition at that point and contaminated it. And then anything from that point going forward, I only used about a third of the bottle, maybe about a half, to simulate this. So certainly if it was a longer use of the toilet, it certainly would have had much more micro splatter, because it would just perpetuate exponentially in the toilet and out. So that's the end of this portion of the Biohazardous study. We will now reset, re-clean the toilet again, post new paper. Any paper that's contaminated, replace it with new paper, and we'll redo this portion of the study with a dosage of Restroom Guardian that then will show the prevention of even this biohazardous airborne cross-contamination, very serious problem for patients and employees in healthcare sector.